right, we're on.
Ready, Phil.
We're on in 5, 4.
When the clock struck 6, it meant one thing for Ron Burgundy and his news team. Go time.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another news flash. This is Tanks for the Memories bringing you breaking news on Star Citizen. There is the ARK Star Map, which has been published and you can now take a look at and get interactive with. And there's also a Squadron 42 promo with some very famous stars that we'll take a look at today. I have the promo here in its entirety. This is a brief clip for you right now coming up that I think you'll enjoy. Then we'll look at the star map, and after the star map we'll do some more information about Squadron 42, and then I will show you guys the entire clip. So stick around. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, this emergency session is called to order. Admiral Bishop, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of News Flash. This is Tanks for the Memories, and we are looking at Star Citizen, and it's one of those things where Star Citizen has come out with something. Didn't really hear a lot about it, but saw it earlier today, and I thought I would put you guys in the picture. So those of you who are following Star Citizen should take a look at this. If you go to the Star Citizen website, you will be able to find on the front page at the top there, under the game, you should be able to find what's called the ARK Star Map. And there's a bit of information about it. But I thought what we'd do is take a look at the ARK Star Map and let you guys see what it was all about. So this is the ARK Star Map, and it's centered here on Sol, which is the Earth system, and you can see that there's a bunch of different systems out there, and if I zoom out, you can begin to see all of them in 3 dimensions. So over here, there's 3 dimensions and 2 dimensions below my picture. You have search, so you can actually you can type in the name of a particular system you're interested in looking for, and it'll zoom to it. You can just go here and click on the various systems. So we'll go back to Sol, and it'll take us there. It'll show us the star, Mercury, Venus, Earth, the Moon, further out Mars, the asteroid belt, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and the jump points. So it even goes out Neptune, Pluto, beyond that, and the other asteroid belt further out. So we have a couple of jump points in this system. We have the Sol to Davian jump point and the Sol to Crushall jump point. But anyway, this is the that's the Earth system. Now, also what you have here is you have various different, you can bookmark systems for later. You can check routes. I don't know if it'll let me do that here. Hang on a second. You have different routes that you can go to. So you can, for example, if you're curious about going from Sol to somewhere, you can put those in. It'll let you pick like the places you want to go, and say I want to go to like Bremen. So I put that in there, Bremen, and it allows you to choose different places within that system, whether it's the jump point, one of the asteroid belts, one of the planets, whatever. Then you ask it to calculate the route, and it will calculate the route for you. So pretty interesting. Also, you can see that there's different markings on the different systems. For example, Nemo is this way. Hades has got this symbol here. Virgil and Tiber and Veritas have got this little red triangle. Those are based on the different races. So any of the blue circles are the UEE planets, and if I click it, they go off. If I click it, they come back on. They go from being non-highlighted to highlighted. The Banu have little yellow triangles, and you can see they're up sort of in one section up there. You have the Vandul, who are in red, and they kind of come in from another side here. Let me highlight those guys again. So you can see they're sort of on the opposite side from the Banu. Then you have the Zan, and they kind of come in at a different section as well. There, you can see them over there, sort of to galactic south. So you've got kind of the, let me go back to display. So I'm going to go back up to the top here. So we're centered on Earth, in the Sol system here. The Vanu are sort of galactic northeast. Sorry, the Vandul are galactic northeast. Sort of galactic south are the Zan. I guess that's how you say it, Zan. Sort of galactic west, northwest are the Banu. And then you have systems that are developing. And then you have systems that are unclaimed. So like this one here, like Tanga, with this look. That little object kind of looks like an orange skull. Anyway, it's an unclaimed system at this point. So for what the let me back up to the galaxy. So I guess it's just a planet with some orbital loops around it. It looks kind of like a skull to me. But anyway, so those are unclaimed systems. Then you have the developing systems. You got the Zan, you've got the Vandul, you've got the Banu, and you've got the humans. And so that's what all the different symbols so far mean. Now, you can't see it on this screen that I'm showing you here. You can see the different things across the bottom. There's the different warp lines and how they connect to the different systems. So you can see those. You have the different information about populations. You have information about the economy. And you have information about threat. So the threat level is how dangerous that system is for various things, whether you're trading, exploring, fighting, whatever. So that's what that symbol means. Economy is what planets are, doing well, which are poorer, which are more industrialized, richer, whatever. So you can see sort of the yellow arc on there that says this one's, relatively moderate, decent economic system. This one is, not quite as good. You've got some that are not very good at all. And you have some that are obviously very, very strong economically. And then, of course, the populations. This is, how populated a system is based on. This is based on information that comes through the game, and it will change as players visit these different places and provide additional information. If you have a, say you have a survey ship or a, some sort of exploration ship, and you're down there and you accept a mission to, do some cartography and, investigations on the planetary bodies within the system, you could very well alter the information that's found in the galactic map, and that will occur. If you go to, say, a Vandal system, and you happen to defeat all the Vandals in there and destroy the base or whatever, theoretically, you could reduce the threat level there, which would then later on be reflected in the galactic map. So this is supposed to be a very interactive map. It is not finished. This is its first iteration. It will change. They did mention on the website that they recognize that they've done some things with this map that do not meet the Galactic Wikipedia current sort of status of the history, sort of the history behind the game. And what they have said was that the galactic map as it stands now is the most up-to-date information for the game. So you can also do 2D, which I think some people will find helpful. And again, I'm still showing the different wormhole routes. You have the 3D, which of course you can then manipulate to look around. This is the space so far. This is, and again, you can't see it all on the screen at one time, and I've got a big screen. But this is all of the known space to date. It will get bigger, but this is what they're launching with so far. So again, red is Van Duel. Then you've got Banu, and you've got Zan, and you've got Human. And this is pretty much it. So again, you can see the routes. You can search for different places within the map. You can bookmark those places for later. You can see the different routes. Calculate a route for big. So this is if I wanted to do a jump from the Sol system out to Bremen. Then there's the route, which would be 10 jumps, and it's 193.93 astronomical units. And this shows you my departure from here, take me to the jump point. That's the first part of the route. If I had a ship over here in the Kuiper Belt and I wanted to then jump to Bremen, I would have to go to the Davian jump point and make a jump to Davian. Once I'm at Davian, that's where I would enter the system. I'd have to travel 16.41 astronomical units to the Davian to Gillian jump point. Then you click and move again. Then from the Gillian Davian jump point to the Gillian Ellis jump point, and so on and so on and so on. So you can see you have to travel across systems, around the planetary bodies to get from one jump point to the next. And again, I still have the information listed here about population. So then within the system, you have, that's another jump point, right? I've got a planet over here, Planet Green. Let me back out a little bit. Planet Noble, there. So you can see all the different planets within the system. You can also see some of the space stations that are here. Let me see if I can find one of those for you. Let me back out. Well, let's go back to Earth. Sol. Boom. All right. So here we are back to Sol. And zoom out a little bit. And as we zoom out, you can see here's a space station. So here's Jupiter. And then this is a space station that is orbiting out here outside Jupiter. So in the planetary systems that have space stations, they are also marked. They're sometimes found in their own orbits. And sometimes found close to other planetary bodies like that one. But if we back out, there's Saturn with all of its different moons, which is pretty cool. So what they've said they've done is they have gone and talked to astrophysicists and things like that to come up with the planetary bodies and how they orbit correctly in the systems that are plotted so far, which is pretty cool. So, nice to let you see some sort of realism there. Again, it is growing. Again, it is different than what they have in the lore for the game, but it's pretty cool. It is something new that's sort of come out, and I haven't seen a whole lot of information posted out there about it yet. Also want to let you guys know that you can't see it on my image here. In the upper left-hand corner, there is the galaxy-wide map, or I can click and go to Systems, or I can go to Objects. So that's a zoom feature that if I click on those different buttons, it'll take me from the galaxy into individual systems, and within individual systems, it can take me down to planetary objects. So that's in the upper left-hand corner. In the upper right-hand corner, we have volume and we have screen, making the screen bigger or smaller. Anyway, you could go to the Roberts Space Industry websites for Star Citizen, and underneath the tab for game, you will see this. There's also a new video which I'm going to put on here, clips from the new video about Squadron 42, which has some famous actors that are coming into the game. They've announced Mark Hamill's going to be in it. Gary Oldman is in it and plays a very significant part in Squadron 42, and a bunch of other folks. So it's a good video. It's certainly a great teaser. It's coming out, Squadron 42, probably in 2016 here, the beginning of 2016. So there's a teaser video, which you can see next. But anyway, I wanted to say thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you like this tour of the galactic map. And don't forget to check back for more. Please like and subscribe, and I appreciate it. This is a news flash from Tanks for the Memories playing Star Citizen. So before we get to the promo, just want to talk to you a little bit about what Squadron 42 is. It's actually a standalone game that introduces you into the Star Citizen universe. As you can see here from the website, this is a screen capture of the information about the game itself. You role play as a pilot in Squadron 42 as part of the war against the Vandal Swarm, and this just sort of describes it. What's interesting, though, is within the game, they've got a bunch of pretty famous actors who are going to be cast members and people that you interact with in the game here, including Gary Oldman, who I mentioned early on, who is the Admiral. He was in 3 different Batman movies, Harry Potter and The Fifth Element. You've got Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker from Star Wars. You've got Mark Strong, who was in Rock and Rolla and Zero Dark 30. Sophie Wu, who was in Kick-Ass 1 and 2. Gillian Anderson from The X-Files. You've got Gemma Whelan from Game of Thrones. Andy Serkis from Lord of the Rings and Planet of the Apes, and a bunch of other folks. So they've got some big-name people who are going to be characters in this game that you will interact with. So far, what they've announced is Gary Oldman. As you could see, he was the Admiral there. This is his card. The other characters' information has not yet been published, but let's just take a look at the clip that they just put out on Squadron 42. I hope you enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this emergency session is called to order. Admiral Bishop, you have the floor.
For 200 years, we have battled the Vandal. We have caught these attacks, raids, or skirmishes or incursions. But I am here to tell you that we are at war. Tiber, Orion, Caliban, Virgil, once human systems all but abandoned in the face of the enemy. The Vandal are at our gates, weapons bared while we hide and cower, retreating as they burn and decimate everything around us. We cannot let the tragedy of Vega happen again. We cannot give the Vandal any more ground. To defend this empire, we must attack. And we have to be committed to that attack, whatever the cost may be. We have to rebuild our fleet. We have to use the power of human innovation to reclaim these so-called red systems and strike back at the enemy. This will not be an easy fight. It will cost us in resources, in credits, in lives. Well, some of you may be asking why undertake such a thing, and I can tell you in one word: victory. For if there's one thing the Vandal has taught us, it's that without victory, there can be no survival.
So there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed that new clip from Squadron 42, Star Citizen. That is Gary Oldman playing the Admiral, who's talking about the battle that just happened and the war that is coming on that you will participate in as a pilot in Squadron 42. This has been a breaking news flash from Tanks for the Memories on Star Citizen. Hope you enjoyed the ARK Star Map and the Squadron 42 promo. Thanks very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.